Hello, my lovely crafters. I'm back, and today I am just going to tell you really quick what I am going to do with my jars. Remember my jars, my superhero jars that I made? We painted the lid black so that it blends in with the little stand that they're on. My idea had been to make a skyline and stick it in through the inside, so I went ahead and I started that. So I'm going to show you where I got my idea. I just have my tablet here, and I was trying to find a video that showed me a picture of a skyline, and I found this. So I decided to just kind of eye this and freehand it onto my paper. And I got myself just a regular white computer paper, printer paper for my printer. And I've already used half of this. So what I did is I got my jar and I kind of measured how much of the inside I wanted to cover, and I just kind of eyeball it. Okay, so I said this would be good right here, this much. Okay, so I decided, I don't even know how much this is. This is about 2 inches. A little over 2 inches. I'm not even showing you anything on camera. It's a little over 2 inches wide, and this is the length I wanted to use to go on the inside. So then I free-handed the skyline using the ruler, of course, to make straight edges. I just kind of tried to mimic the big one they have on here. Of course, I cannot trace that because that would be like mega tiny. You see the difference? So I just kind of free-handed this onto this. This is how I drew it, and yes, I had excess paper right there. And so once I drew it, it looked like this, and then I went ahead and I cut it out with my scissors. Then I cut each individual line out, and this is what I ended up with. And then I tried it in here. I just kind of fold it. It's going to be a little bit longer, so I'll probably end up cutting it, and then I'll fix it. But it's going to be on the inside of the jar, so when you turn it, you're going to be able to see the skyline. And of course, I don't know where my lid is. I think it's my lid is drying somewhere. Oh, let me reach for one. Okay, so let's say this is Wonder Woman's jar. I'm totally off camera here. So this will be Wonder Woman's lid. See that? And you'll be able, I'll probably cut off this big building that's hiding this cute skyline. This is one of my favorite skylines. This one with the big peak at the top. So, alright, so this is my pattern. This is going to be my pattern. This isn't, I'm not going to make them white and stick them in there. So this is going to be my pattern. And I have black cardstock. So it makes it a little bit thicker. I have black cardstock. And what I did is I placed it on the cardstock. I placed my pattern on this cardstock. Okay, and then I went ahead and I traced the outline of it with a pencil. So I went all the way around, lightly. You don't have to do it super dark, just lightly. You could have a pattern that you just cut all the way around. And then once you cut it, you'll end up with your black outline of the skyline, and it looks pretty cool. Let me put this back, this white background, so you can see. It looks pretty nice. I love, this is my favorite skyline. It's always been my favorite one. And then my favorite building, the one with the peak right here. So this is what's going to go in the jar. I do plan on putting the little, either cutting out with like a knife, what is it, a razor blade? What is it called? Those, the blade, maybe cutting out the little squares to represent the little windows, or I'll just use yellow cardstock and cut out little squares and just glue them all over so it represents the lights inside the buildings. And so then once that's done, I'm going to, of course, measure it and then adjust it. I think this is where I was going to cut this back part here, and I'm going to attach it. And then this is what's going to go inside the jar. It's going to go inside. Now remember, guys, I do have the time to do this because I start preparing for my parties like way ahead of time. So my skyline is going to go in the jar. Okay, I'm going to fill it with candy, and then I'm going to put the lid. And this is one of the things I'm going to put on the tables. It's a free-for-all. Whoever gets it, gets it. Whoever gets there, you know. So hopefully once I've got the little lights and the little lights, the little window, the little yellow squares, it'll look a little bit cuter. And there it is. It's my idea. It's progressing. It's getting done. I don't have a lot of jars, so I have to do maybe about 8, and it takes me about 5 minutes to draw and cut out, but it's worth it. It's really cute. It's really cute. So I do have to give you an update, a very sad update. It makes me so sad. My update is that my little guys that I glued on here, and I told you this is for the snow globes. Remember this on my first video? They're supposed to go in here. Well, I think an accident happened for good reason. I thought that they would be good. I mean, guess what? E6000 does not work. Did you see that? That's exactly what happened earlier. My daughter accidentally kicked one. Not kicked it hard, but she like knocked it with her foot, and it came right off just like this. So I was like, oh my gosh. At first I was like, great, you broke it. But then I realized they're not sticking. So the E6000 didn't work to stick this. So if it doesn't work out with this new glue, I don't even know if this is glue. It's some adhesive sealant that I found at I think at the Dollar Tree, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere. And this is supposed to be like really good and stuff. I don't even know. I've never heard of it. Whatever. I just saw, oh, cool. All right. So I'm going to try this and see if it sticks better. I have glued Spider-Man, and seems to be sticking. So I don't know if it's going to work out. It's like a silicone. So it's very different from the E6000. It was very thin, and it didn't stick. So what I did is I re-cleaned these out. I wiped them off with some alcohol. Wipe both the figurine, the bottom of the figurine, and the plastic itself, and then start it over. And then I put the silicone on there, and I attached it, and I'm hoping it'll stay, but we'll have to find out. If it doesn't stick, you know, if it falls off after doing this, and because you got to realize that the kids are going to want to take these snow globes, and if they're shaking them and all that, and it breaks off, they're going to be like, what? So I might have to end up doing something different with my snow globes, but I'll have to come up with some idea, and I'll see what I do with my little figurines. Hopefully this sealant works. I mean, it seems to be pretty strong. I could be wrong though. I mean, plastic on plastic is hard to glue. But anyway, I just wanted to show you my latest update on my jars. These are definitely working out. These are working out. There's been no problems with them. They're plastic, so it's safe for the kids. There's no glass to break, and then they get their little figurine. And I'm going to fill it with candy, whether it's Skittles, M&Ms, or something, you know. So they get to take these home. Alright, well, I want to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my update, my video. And remember, you can always use my ideas and tweak them a little and make them your own. So thank you for watching. Don't forget a thumbs up, like my video, and subscribe. See you soon.